Is it on?
Yeah, Jamie's in the other room running
Alright.
it. She's a master.
All right, call to order for Harwich Youth Services Committee meeting, Wednesday, April 10th, 5:30 p.m.
Trying to get minutes up.
First up, we have an approval of minutes from our March 13th meeting.
Everyone should have it with them.
Make a motion to approve them.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Moving on to the youth counselors report.
So, I've been trying to get a lot of my, the sort of bulk of my caseload referred out, so that when the new person comes in, that they won't have 20 people. Semi-successful. It's still really hard out there to, to find therapists for people. Still seeing just a ton of anxiety with kids, mostly social anxiety, school anxiety. The juniors and seniors are all coming in now, getting worried about college and stuff, ahead of time. So I always forget your daughter is a junior because I always think she's a senior.
Yes.
It's so weird.
Beyond your years.
Yeah, definitely. That Monomoy youth card, remember I was having that designed ages ago. The tech finally ordered 1,000 of them, and I looked at it and you couldn't read the type, it was so small. So I said, thank God it only costs $200. They don't have to eat too much of it, but they're sending it back and they're reversing it so that it's black type on white because it just pops better than, a blue background with white. So that should be ready, I think, by the end of next week, beginning of the week after. What's the schedule for the rest of the year for the school committee? How many more do you have?
Every other week.
Every other week, and is there one this Thursday?
There is.
Okay, so I want to try to come to the announcements probably. I can do it. Maybe the 27th. Does that sound
Yep.
right? Yeah. So we'll see.
To public comment?
Yeah, and hand them out.
Oh,
Everybody, yeah.
Or you can be an agenda item.
I could, yeah. I mean, I don't think it'll take longer than 5 minutes because it's just explaining what it is, and it'll be, I don't know.
The only thing is, if you're an agenda item, then we can discuss it.
Okay.
If you come to public comment and just share it, then we can't talk about it.
All right. Well, then I'll find out. I'll find out from the tech when it's going to come, and then I'll schedule. Who do I talk to about that?
You can let me know or Joy know.
Okay.
I can connect you with the person that creates the agendas.
Wonderful. Great. I may have to talk at town meeting about the opioid abatement funds, the part that we got for Duffy Health Center for the Recovery Build Program, for the Navigator, because Dr. O'Neill is out on maternity leave.
Oh.
And so I'm not sure there'll be any questions. I doubt that there will be, but they have an awful lot of stuff jammed into one article as far as approval for cash for things, so I'm not sure how that's going to play out. But we're up to 62 articles now. So. Wow. I know.
Spill over into the second day.
That's about all. Oh, that's about all I have. Yeah.
Next up, we can discuss our spring social planning and any updates that entail with that.
So it's scheduled for May 21st? 20th. Is that right? 19th. Yeah, for the 19th. Sharon Stark is going to get the Nerf Wars guy back again. And then I think there'll just be, game room, pizza upstairs the way we did before. And depending on how many students we can get, which Annalise said it's going to be a really tough time of year to get student volunteers, we can open up that little dance area that's also down in the basement.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's sort of fun. They get to dance with each other. But we'll see how many kids we have. There's certainly enough for them to do with all the other stuff. One thing that we will never do again is tag in the building. Were you there for that? That was scary. Just running
Herds
up
of
and
elephants.
That's what it sounded like.
down.
It's crazy. So she's gonna get the pizza from New England Pizza, but I don't think that they give it to her. So I'm going to ask Ryan Clark from Chatham for $50, and also Bruce Young, because they're really good about that, from the various fire departments. Pizza funds. And she does water and stuff like that. We should probably get snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
I think-
usually?
That's what we did last time, like just the single
card.
serve.
Yeah, and yes, and we got a gift card, I think, from Stop and Shop, and that bought us a lot. So, does anybody know who the manager is at Stop and Shop these days? No.
No.
Somebody want to do that one?
Yeah, I can go there and talk.
Okay. It's good if you bring a letter. Joy will do a flyer for you. If you bring a letter with the flyer, then it looks so legit that they're like, oh, of course I'm gonna do this.
I feel like Chatham Village Market gave us stuff
Oh yeah, they might again too.
last time.
Yeah.
Maybe the water?
Maybe I'll ask Sharon,
Okay.
because she'd be better to hit them up.
All right.
Yep.
Then should I hold off until we talk to Sharon? And because keeping it local would probably be better than going to,
Yeah, yeah.
because whoever the person manages might have to run it up to the flagpole, the corporate headquarters or something. Who knows?
Yeah. She has those big jugs of water. She tried doing
Oh,
that
that's right.
horrible dyed stuff the last time. It was getting all over the floor in there, so we put it away.
Water's good. They
Yeah.
all need to be hydrated.
Yes, they do. Yeah. I can't think of anything else other than us volunteers, getting volunteers. So.
And we can maybe reach out to get some more adult chaperones too.
Yes.
Tell maybe and pop out again, see if they're up for it.
It was
know.
great last time.
Yeah.
I know a junior that wants to do it. She said, I can imagine nothing more wonderful than bossing middle school children.
Yeah, and I think as long as there's not a game, it might not be that hard to get. I
Yeah.
think that Annalise has a lot going on.
Right.
So
Well, this-
sometimes in her mind, and everybody does. So
Yeah. This one group of friends
It's
that I
spread the
know, they don't like sports or anything, so I bet that they would want to do it. So I think
Sure,
it
we
was
could.
fun.
round up some kids.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, anything else on spring social planning?
I will work up a flyer.
What program do you use for those?
Usually Canva.
Canva?
Sometimes a little bit of Photoshop mixed in and different things.
Your hair looks fabulous tonight.
Thank
Hope
you.
that goes on
I'm standing out in the
Everybody's
wind for
hearing
the
that out
last
in
hour.
We have fun in our meetings.
I will not put that on the minutes.
Okay.
Windblown luck.
Need to add a different
Yours.
another agenda item for next time.
Yes,
right.
exactly.
All right, adventure course update.
Yay.
So met with the Harwich Recreation and Youth Commission, and explained to them what the reasons behind the desire to have this created in the town. And to cut to the chase, we had a unanimous vote in support of it, including an official letter that came from the commission and also from the rec department supporting going forward with development. So the next step is Thursday. I'm going to be talking to the school committee, and the land that you have in front of you, the parcel that right now is the school system is the caretaker of. We're going to try to get them to deem it as surplus land and have it changed in stewardship from the schools to the Harwich Rec Department. And if that goes well and good, which I hope it will, then it's really looking like then the road is more paved going forward, trying to get this.
Do you have any sense of whether the school's gonna wanna hold on to the land for more fields or anything like that, or you just don't know?
I don't know, but it's really too small, I think, to do another type of field. And it's definitely too small to develop for any sort of infrastructure. So all the land that abuts it too is already under the stewardship of the rec department as well. You know, because White House Field is there, and then McPhee Field on the other side going forward. And then you've got the road. So I'm really hoping that this just comes to fruition, and they say this sounds good, because I think if there's a good support for what this can, how this can benefit the school district in itself,
Yeah.
that I feel like then that the common sense thing would be to say let's do this and basically change the stewardship of the land over to the rec department and move forward.
The kids in gym and wellness classes are gonna wanna do this like crazy. I mean, no.
Did the Recreation and Youth Commission talk at all about sort of how they would envision the project moving forward? Like they would just take it and handle, like it would be their thing
Well,
in terms of funding and getting procurement, you know, all of that stuff? Or?
so that was brought up, and I basically threw out their community preservation funds. Obviously, there's 4 sections within those funds, and one of the sections is recreation.
Right.
You know, if it would take, you know, and I made a joke in the meeting where, you know, hey, if it takes me having a bake sale, so be it. So kind of like whatever it takes at this point. I do think that community preservation funds, I think this is right up the alley for it.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. As far as, you know, there was a question asked of me of, you know, why I was going before them, you know, since, and basically the way I said it was, you know, even if this was to be done in a private sector to a degree, like where the land was donated to me, say, and say somebody had gifted me money for this, the town would probably still put it back into their lap, into that commission's lap.
Right.
So I just thought that would be the next prudent step. Whether or not, you know, how the town wants to have like a you know, operational procedures. I mean, I can probably envision a subcommittee of the rec department or a complete other committee geared towards this, which would be fine.
I would think too that along with any funds from the CPC, that there might be grants out there that are really aligned with this kind of, you know, therapeutic, skill building, whatever thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Tower Foundation does substance use, you know, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So be glad to try to research that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I kind of talked about with that group though, is, you know, we do, well, the town and the rec department specifically hires, you know, groups of, you know, college age kids and stuff for different jobs, summer jobs particularly, each year, you know, lifeguards and, you know, counselors and I said, you know, like something like this, you know, they come and they have their orientation where they listen to somebody talk and go through kind of, you know, if you're not feeling well, call this number, you know, all the different, you know, ins and outs of their job. But then since you want them all to be able to kind of work together, you know, at the day after that orientation, you know, you hit that adventure course and do team building and kind of get everybody to know each other very, you know, a lot more quickly than you would if it was, you know, via an app or texting or whatever, you know. So it was great to have that full support by the end of the meeting, and I look forward.
I'm so grateful that you brought this to our attention and stuff. I just am very excited about it.
Yeah, I think it would be, you know, as I kind of hammered this home a few times in the meeting, and I just think it'd be good for not just the kids of the Monomoy school system, but the adults and all this, you know.
Cape community.
Yeah.
Well, and I think by the end they realized that this is a potential revenue booster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So that's a good thing.
you know, Wauquaset's going to start going year round.
Yeah.
you know, and you gotta think that, yeah, I'm sure that there's gonna be some people that are gonna come here in the winter just to get away, but I think a lot of their bigger sales are gonna be groups, and probably groups that are, you know, affiliated with a corporation or a business of some sort. And so for them to be able to have an option of like, you know, oh, we could have a team building day for our, you know, upper managers of the the finance department of, you know, whatever company, you know, I think this would be a good thing, you know, and yeah, it might take a little, you know, having somebody once it, if, you know, when and if it gets built, reaching out to CBI and Waquasit and, you know, Witchmere Harbor Club or whatever, and, you know, putting it out there that like, there is this amazing program that, you know, could, you know, benefit you guys as well, you know, and benefit, you know, these company outings you're hosting and stuff like that. So I think
And
it's,
also nonprofits and 12-step groups, and
Yep.
you know, a lot of those folks have money put aside for things like this, so it's great.
and working out the smaller details, like that'll definitely take like probably the committee that would have to form for this, but like, you know, obviously, you know, a nonprofit would, in my opinion, have to, you know, would get a break, would get a deal, like, you know, like there has to be like a, like good equity kind of built into whatever system is in place for how people reimburse the town for use of the facility, you know, so.
Yeah.
That's basically what I have, so I'm looking forward to going before the school committee and,
So if you're looking at the scoreboard, is it the piece of land behind that?
well, it's right at the corner, so here's the field,
Yep,
so this is,
This is the parking lot right here.
okay,
This is White House.
okay.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
This is the soccer field. This is, hasn't been updated. This is the old Harwich High School. But that's, the parking lot is still the same.
Yeah, okay,
So it's this, no, yeah, this land right here.
nice. Okay.
And you said there was a letter, do you have the letter with you by any chance?
I don't.
I was just curious.
I can read it to you though.
Sure.
You wanna forward it?
Oh no, this is from the Project Adventure.
I was just more curious, if it's straightforward, I was just,
It is, it's pretty brief,
But you have it from the Park and Rec, right?
yes.
Perfect.
Let's see here.
you probably want to bring that
I'm
to
gonna,
the school committee.
I'm gonna,
Get these put in the,
yep.
okay.
So the Project Adventure, an estimate, the map, and the letter from the, are gonna go, and then we'll have Jeff to just
Yes.
explain it all.
All right, makes sense. I just want to keep an eye on the clock because
Yeah.
Jamie will end us at 6. Okay, so we have a couple minutes unless there's any new business. We can keep talking about this.
I wanted to just briefly bring up for new business membership. I was thinking about going to the PTO to their next meeting for like 5 minutes and just letting them know all about this committee and stuff, just because some of their kids are sort of older elementary, going into middle, you know, that kind of thing. And also, didn't you guys have a family that might be interested? Or?
I'll have to talk to JMO again.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was an initial conversation about,
Oh.
yeah. So,
if you think
I've
of it.
mentioned it.
I think Amy wanted Jamie to do it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just touch base with them again and anybody else you think of. Because certainly, you know, people can only stay on committees for a certain period of time. It's good to have, and they should have a break. And if you think of any other groups I could go talk to, just let me know. I'm not allowed to actively recruit people that I know according to
Right.
the charter, but I can go and just tell them about the committee. So,
You could plug that on Thursday.
yeah, all right, yeah. I'll try to make sure I remember. So it's pretty quick and concise, but it's, you know, a good vote of support. So it says, to whom it may concern, in a meeting of the Recreation and Youth Commission on Tuesday, March 28th, 2023, Jeffrey Craig was in attendance to present his concept for a Project Adventure course in the town of Harwich. Mr. Craig gave a thorough and informative presentation on the concept, and the Recreation and Youth Commission voted unanimously in support to support this concept for the town of Harwich going forward. The idea of Project Adventure Course would certainly add to the town's recreational opportunities for youth and adults alike, and could potentially provide additional revenue opportunities for the town. Sincerely, Eric Beebe, Town of Harwich Recreation Director and Town of Harwich Recreation and Youth Commission.
Nice.
Fantastic.
It sounds
Love
very official.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Round of applause for our chair.
Mr. Craig.
Well, I appreciate everybody's help in this. So that's basically where we're at. So we'll see
Okay.
what happens Thursday. And then from there, hopefully then just knock another step out of the park and keep
Excellent.
moving forward.
So next meeting is May 8th, and that'll give us a couple weeks to plan for the social.
Great.
Okay.
And Jamie did say that we can have the meetings here too, if we want to consider that. So I don't think we need to decide yet until we get ready to book the next meeting.
Okay.
So, but she mentioned that we are able to do it here or at the small room.
Can everybody here come at 5? Does that make it easier for you if we came at 5 and didn't have to rush?
5 would be a little tight with us. Our boys get out of track at like 4:45
Oh, yeah.
in Chatham, so it's kind
Yeah,
of.
but location-wise, she said this is fine as well as the small meeting room. So
We don't usually have it very
just
long.
something to think about in terms of comfort or layout. Or
That's nice.
All right, well,
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Third.
all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.
At 5:15.